Hi, this is Clarice. Welcome to my channel. And in this video, we'll be talking about teaching safety on walk with young children and how to keep children from running away from you, along with some other tips. So stay tuned. So a lot of the common concerns when you have a young child, especially a toddler when they've started walking, is they're running away from you when you go outside. So the tendency is to stay indoors. You don't want to take them outside for fear that they're going to run away from you. And so the idea here is to provide you some helpful tips on how to get used to being outside with them and teaching them how to be safe as well. So the first thing to do is go on walk every day outside with them. And this doesn't have to be, somewhere fancy or, somewhere very far. It could just be around the neighborhood. It could be, a park nearby that has an open space, somewhere that you are comfortable with. Because if you are not comfortable, then your child is not going to be comfortable. You're just going to be really tense and everything, and the child can feel that. So the idea is that you are on walk every day with them, going outside every day, because if it's new to them, then they have a tendency to be very excited and then be very, very hyper, and then it's very difficult to handle or control the behavior or what they're going to be doing, and it's very hard to anticipate what they're going to be doing. The second thing is to follow your child's lead, and the only way that you're going to do that first is to know where the boundaries are. So when you go into a place, whether that's your neighborhood or a park or whatever it is, you know where the boundaries are. You know where you are going to have your child be at a certain place. So if they pass it, like if they are going to stay within a grassy area, well, if they're going to go past that grassy area, to ask them to stay there, or to come back and to stay with you. This allows you this kind of space where, okay, this is where it is, and we're not going to go past this. Then you don't feel so stressed out. The next thing is keep in mind that not every child wants to walk right away. Sometimes they want to stay in their stroller, kind of want to observe. I have a toddler who is very slow to warm, who kind of needs that time to adjust to a new environment or to any place. And so he wants to stay in the stroller and kind of look around, stroll around. And then after a while, 10, 15 minutes or so, then he's ready to go on a walk. And it's the same for many children. They don't want to, go out and about and be free right away. Sometimes they just need some time to adjust. And so when you take them out of the stroller, make sure that it's in an open area. It's not too busy. It's not so crowded. That way it's not so stressful for you. Make sure you have a lot of space so that if they do, let's say, dart off and run away, then you have that space to be able to stop them and be able to get down to their level and talk to them. So make sure that it's not a busy area. The next thing is when the child is now walking freely, make sure that you are either side by side with them. You are walking calmly and confidently. When you are walking very tensely, and this means like you're just kind of like hyper, like just very, your body is very tense and you're just not comfortable, your child senses that. And so the more they want to run away, or the more they kind of want to dart off or whatever it is and do things that they're not supposed to be doing. So you're walking calmly, confidently, smile, look around with your child. What is your child looking at? Pay attention to what they're seeing and what they're enjoying, and share those moments with them. That way it's an enjoyable experience for both of you. So walk side by side with them. If they are a little bit ahead of you, that's fine. You're walking behind them, that's fine. But the idea is that you are not far away from one another, because if they do run away, if they get very excited and they want to go and see something and now they've run away, then it becomes very stressful for you. The next thing is when you cross the street, the rule is you hold hands. There is no and ifs or buts about this. You hold hands. If they resist, if they don't want to, then they can have a choice. Well, you can either hold my hand or I can pick you up, right? And then you can let them know, once we get to the sidewalk, you don't have to hold hands. If it's like a very crowded area, lots of people are coming through or something, then you need to hold hands, because the last thing you want is your child to get lost in the crowd. But a lot of the time what you're going to be going through is walking across the street or walking through a parking lot, and that is the rule. You are holding hands. So in the example in the video, my child really wants to cross the street without holding hands. He gets very excited about seeing the cars, and so he wants to go without holding hands. And so what he's doing is he's pulling himself, and he doesn't want to go. And so I get down to his level and I hold him gently close to me just so I can speak to him. And I tell him, you see, it's very dangerous. We have to hold hands because you could really get hurt. And so we have to hold hands when we're crossing the street. Or we don't go there without holding hands. And so the idea being that is the rule, no matter what. Always keep in mind that every child is different. All the skills that I'm talking about in this video take time to learn for you and for the child. So be patient, keep practicing. If you have any questions or comments or suggestions on topics that you would like for me to talk about, please comment below or send me an email. Feel free to like and share this video, and please support this channel by subscribing, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.